Hey guys and girls, my name is Snowy, and in this tutorial I'm going to explain you what you need to do when your industries are shouting for not enough raw materials. Now, when you start the game, most of the raw materials are initially being brought outside of the city, through highway or through a cargo area or whatever. But eventually that will not be enough, and some of them will then start to complain and say like, not enough raw materials. Now the weird thing is, if you click such a building, we don't have one right now, but I do know what it says. When you click it, it says basically to you like, have a warehouse nearby and make sure that there are raw materials in it. But if you click on a warehouse, let's pause the game for a hot moment, if you click on a warehouse, like this, you take a warehouse, and you put it down here, like that, then it says like, yeah, but where are the raw materials? I mean, these are products made by industries. Well, fish is semi-raw material, but that does not count in this case. And also, yeah, what? So, I will explain you something, like that, how to get raw materials. I keep the game in pause mode because we have now a high demand for industries, and that's exactly what I need. Now, raw materials are delivered to the industries in several ways. So like I said, through normal ways like the highway, or also through cargo, either by sea or by train or by airplane. So your generic industries are always have to be close to those things, to cargo stations, highways, etc, etc. Yeah, but sometimes you have like a bunch of industries complaining, we still don't have enough of that stuff. So what do you actually need to do? Well, I will show you here what I have done. I have prepared a little example here of what to do. Now, you can do this two ways. You can use the industries DLC, or you can just use the regular zoned industries. I mean, it does not matter, because both of them, when you are using them on the on the materials, they will create the raw materials coming from the ground. Yeah. So what is in the ground here, I will show you now. Here it's like oil, and this is like fertile ground. Okay, that's nice. So we're going to zone that, both of them. This zone, just quickly zone that, and also zone this. Yeah. Now this is oil and this is fertile ground. Yeah, so we go to the industry specialization, which is this, and here we say the oil on this one, and we say the farming on that one. Now what these guys will do, and I will now create a few of these buildings, not too much of course, otherwise we don't have enough probably, so I only fill a few of these blocks like that, and the same we will do here in the oil area, and like that. Now these guys, they will produce raw materials, but not the raw materials that your generic industry, which is sitting over here, is asking for. These guys over here are not asking for the stuff coming from here. No, they are not. What these guys actually are asking for is what will be made here, and I will show you. If you click again, make a district on this area, and now it's very important that there is no resources in the ground here or something else. Let's say this is oil, so if there's like ore in the ground here, it's fine. If it's fertile, it's fine. If there's nothing, it's fine. You zone this area also, yeah, like that, and also this area will be zoned with an oil specialization. The difference is that this area will create the raw products, and this area will create the specialized oil-based products, and that is the stuff these guys want. Yeah. So let's also zone this area, Lilac Park. Okay. Then need to zone it. We zone that then also as being a farm. So these will create basically crops, and these will basically create everything that is related to farming products. Bread and I don't know, whatever you can make from crops. Okay, so here we are going also to put like a few of these buildings, like that. Oh, like that, like that, like that. Oh, yeah, yep. And then also here a few. Okay. Now, one thing I have to say is, like, if you possess the Industries DLC, you can also do this using just the extractors. They will get the same oil from the ground or the same crops from the ground. But that does not matter. But if you are in possession of the Industries DLC, yeah, you know that these guys are producing oil. So what you can do, you go to the tab here, you go to the oil tab, and you say like crude oil tank, and you put that here. Ka-ching, if you have it, right? And here you go to farm, and you say like a barn. So these things, they will fill with the raw materials, and these things will create the zoned stuff. Okay, so everything is now put in place. Yeah. And let's press play, and let's see what happens. So let's speed this up. Let's see, we don't have any other issues going on. Nope, we don't. We do have enough demand. We can help them a little bit by putting a dog park here and there. I mean, it has some effect, even on these kind of areas. So yeah, let's put them there. Now what will happen is these guys eventually will put all their stuff into here, and these guys will create the zoned product stuff, and that is exactly what these guys are calling raw materials. So, but how do they get them? Well, that's the warehouses these guys are then talking about. So then you will get a warehouse. Let's say you get this warehouse here, and you get a warehouse here. And what you put in here is like, you fill this up and you put in here zoned industry oil products. Right. And here you put in fill zoned industries farming products. Now let's wait for a while and let's see what happens. Alright then, so I think that we are working now under ideal capacity. I had to add a few of these dog parks to make the entertainment level a little bit bigger. I added also a few more buildings so it would fill up more. Some services were required, like police and fire stations or whatnot. But here comes the point. So these guys, as you can see, these are only sort of derricks. You know, they're only producing oil. You know, pumping is our business. Really? You see that? None of these guys are producing any oil-based products. Now if you go to the right here, these buildings look quite different. Look, plastic. They make all kinds of plastic items. Or this one, refined oil. They do something with the oil. They make something from the oil. I don't know. Another plastic perfection, goods from oil Ltd. It is obviously that these guys are not making oil, but they are doing something with the oil, right? Now, check this out. This building, 32% filled. You know, it's balanced, so it will send out the trucks anyway, you know, to these guys if they require so. And the same goes for this one, for the crops, which is slightly fuller, so it will send out also the trucks. You can see also here trucks in use 9 on 9. Depends a little bit on how much is the demand. Now these guys, get their stuff from this, this tank over here, this stuff over here. This contains the raw materials. Now, if you don't have the industry's DLC, it does not matter. If these things are not there, then the stuff is directly brought to these guys. Then, eventually, it ends up here. 100% fill with zoned industry oil products. And that is exactly what these guys want to see. And the same is for these guys. 100% filled with farming products. Now, that is, by definition, if you get the message from one of the generic buildings, not enough raw resources, you need then these kind of resources. Zoned industry resources. That is what these guys are making happy. And of course, like I said, make sure that there's always like a ship connection nearby, a train connection nearby, or an airport connection nearby. And that's the way how it works, guys, basically. So now you have an idea how it works with the zoning, and what the path of the goods basically is. And also when you have your generic industries running and you have your commercial over here, you can see that by the zoning, how it sits. Yellow, industry, commercial, residential, and then these two warehouses, which are very important, commercial zone goods. Because these guys, the generic industries, they don't have space. They output their stuff and they say like, where can we bring it to? Oh yeah, that warehouse. Makes sense, even in real life. The stuff is being brought to distribution centers, warehouses, and you name it. So these guys, they're constantly on their way to the commercial area to deliver the goods. So, and that's it, guys and girls. That's the idea about what to do when you have like the message not enough raw materials. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you again another time. See you. Bye bye.